Well, let's bring on our first guest. Not wasting any more time. She's hailing from Manhattan. She's an up-and-coming actress and a great dancer. So let's give it up for Alicia Giangrisostomi.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you.
What's up, my dear?
Yeah.
How you doing? All right?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here. It's so beautiful here.
You're always full of great energy. That's what I like about you.
Thank you. I like pink. I like energy. I like happiness. I'm from Florida, so I'm like sunshine. That's me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're originally from Florida.
Yep.
What does this say here? Don't interrupt me. Let me get this thing. Boca Raton, right?
Yes, yes.
And then what made you make the big haul to New York?
Well, so I was born and raised in Boca, which not many people are. Usually people go to retire there.
It's nice over there.
Yes, it's very nice. But I'm from there, and with my parents and my sister Jen, and I went to college at the University of Florida, got my BFA in acting, and then I wanted to be an actress, and it was really a choice between New York or LA.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was more of like a New York City vibe. Like
Definitely.
my whole family, like we just kind of get that like, even now people are like, you're born and raised in New York, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm from Florida. But so I chose New York for that purpose, and I love it. I mean, I've been here now.
Let me ask you, how long?
I think it's like almost 15 years,
Oh, wow.
which is like a long time. But it goes by like this.
Yeah.
And I started, training professionally as a dancer when I moved here. So I loved that. I was dancing at Steps and Broadway Dance Center, and then, voiceover and improv. And I just kind of I just love to be challenged. So I'm like always doing something different.
Well, before we go into what we...
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, don't be sorry at all.
Skip it.
Never. Before we get into that, me and you met 2018 at
Yeah.
Vinnie Pastore and Maureen Van Zant's acting class, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
That was that. We met. It was the showcase.
Yes.
And I was in Vinny's class, and he's amazing.
Yeah, Vinny's the best.
He's the kindest and the most talented, and so giving as a teacher and just as a mentor. He's amazing.
He's a great teacher, and he's tough. He don't let you get away with nothing.
No, he doesn't.
He works you.
He does. He really. And what I love is he always wants us to work on plays. So he wants us to bring in material that either is classic material. I worked on Golden Boy, which was from I think the early
Back in the day, yeah.
And so Clifford Odette. So he really pushes us to challenge ourselves, and I love that about him and his class. And so you came as a guest.
Yeah, I was a guest. He told me to come sit in.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Johnny, when you come sit in on the class, you're gonna like it.
That's how we talk.
Now you got a funny story with Vinny. You have to tell everybody, but kind of make it a brief.
Okay, brief. So I had a friend, Casey, dear friend. She was like, I think you would love this guy, Vinny. Come to his class. I was like, okay. So I go, and he makes everybody stand up, and he makes you say why you're there, why you've come to his class. And so he's like, Alicia, you come on, stand up. And I'm like, all right. So I'm here, Casey. That's why I just came here. And I sit down. He goes, that's it? And I said, yeah, that's all. I'm just here because of my friend Casey. He goes, all right, next guy. Next guy's like, oh, I'm a huge fan. I've watched The Sopranos. I think you're just the best. I follow you all over the place. And Vinny's like, all right, sit down, sit down. And it was then that it clicked, and I went, oh, he must be from The Sopranos.
You're like one out of I don't know how many people that didn't watch The Sopranos.
It wasn't like, I just missed it.
Yeah.
And so I have to say, though, I did watch it during the pandemic.
Good. And you like it?
I love it.
Good.
I think it's quite possibly one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
It's excellent.
So, it is amazing.
So there you go, a little story with The Sopranos.
Yes.
Now listen, tell us in brief,
Yes.
what got you into acting?
So,
this whole process.
Well, it's a weird story. I was really little. I was at a party with my parents, and this man mysteriously came up to me, and he said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, ballerina. And he said, no, you should be an actress. And I was like, I like that idea. So it kind of started my whole idea as a young child of wanting to be an actress. And so that was when I started doing plays at school. I also was influenced by a babysitter who was a actress, and my sister who did acting. So I just kind of started real young, and I just started working my way up. And it's as you know, it's a journey, and it's constantly challenging, especially here in the city. It's one of those things that you just, every day you have to work at,
Do you have an agent or no?
I do. I have an agent. She's in LA, and I have a manager in New York, and I also have a commercial agent.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I'm fully repped, which is great. And you know, it's still, you know, they always say, you know, just because you have an agent doesn't mean you don't have to work hard.
No.
It's true. You have to work hard, even with an agent or a manager.
The more work you do, the more popular you get, the better you get,
Yeah.
the more harder you got to work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like a grind.
Yeah, it's never easy.
Now listen, what recently or even in the past, what have you been working on?
Oh, sure. I just did a TV series on Hulu. It's a comedy called Everything's Trash.
Okay.
You'll see me in season 1, episode 3.
What are you doing?
I play a young mother who just gave birth to her little baby, and the scene is with the 2 leads of the show, and they are basically just trying to get me to sign up for, like, to vote for them. So it was a really great experience. We shot in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It was. I was surprised by how huge of like a crew and just extras and just everything. I mean, it was a really great experience, but it was a busy day. It was a lot of shooting, a lot.
Now I forgot the name. You did an Amazon Prime feature. What
yeah.
was that?
So I'm in a comedic feature film on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's called Batty Bride.
Okay, yeah.
I play Becky, who is a main character in the film. It was written and directed by Jonathan Smith, who's a phenomenal writer and director. And it went to a couple film festivals. We won Best Comedic Feature at the Breckenridge Film Festival, so that was exciting. And yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. It's also on Apple TV, so you can get it there and see me.
All right, cool. I'm going to bootleg it.
That's all right. You can do that.
I'm just teasing. Now, SNL, you did some stuff with SNL.
Yeah, I've worked on SNL for almost I think it's 8 years now.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What, all the Saturday, what are they? There's different things from the normal ones. And what is that? The Saturday matinee? What is that?
So they do live shows on Saturdays,
Okay.
and I usually just work the live shows. They also do pre-tapes during the week, but they tend to be like overnight shoots, and I don't love that. So I do the live shows. I've done it I think it's 8 years now, and it's an amazing experience because it's like this. It's live TV. It's exciting. It's fresh. You have celebrities everywhere. It's just, the cast is incredible. I mean, everybody is so kind. And, you know, the next time you're watching SNL, you could see me in the cafe, and I'm, serving coffee to Keenan.
Listen, that's great. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to see you.
That's right.
And you got to just put yourself out there. Now, short films, reads,
Yes.
I know you got a bunch of that.
Yes.
You did something with Vinny and Maureen. They produced it for you, correct?
Yeah.
You did a lead on that?
We did a reading at HB of a play called Key Largo by
Key
Maxwell
Largo.
Anderson, and it was part of the HB class process. But I played the lead in that, Allegra, and also we were working on a play with Vinny, but it's postponed right now for a reading of that. And I just finished this amazing film, a lead in this short film that's headed for festivals, and that's by a different director. It's Oliver Pisano, and it's about a theater professor who goes through a spiral of her because she spirals out of control because of the isolation she's created for herself. So it's a little dark.
Where can people find you on social media if they need to catch up with you?
Yes, for sure. You can follow me on Instagram. It's my last name, so you have to figure out how to spell it. It's Giangrisostomi, Gian. So it's at Giangrisostomi. That's my TikTok. That's my Facebook. You can also go to my website, which is www.giangrisostomi.com. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on. Listen,
Thank you.
I'll be talking to you.
Yeah,
All right, everybody, Alicia.
Thanks.